we are going on a 1,500 kilometer trip, so we need to prepare the car. Now behind me is the car of choice, E46. And yeah, I've just lifted idling here. I just came back from a drive, warming up the oil. I was like on a drive warming up the oil, and then I just lifted idling to keep that oil hot because I wanted to burn my fingers when I drain that oil. So yeah, the preparations. So we need to we have a checklist, obviously. First of all, we want to make sure that our windscreen is 100% crack free. We want to make sure that our windscreen wipers are 100% in case it rains on the way. We want to make sure that our tires are in tip-top condition. What else? And we have to do full service. Well, not have to do, but might as well, you know. So we're basically changing the oil, we changing the oil filter, changing cabin filter because I'm going to be abusing that AC, so I need clean air. What else? Fuel filter, yeah, air filter, fuel filter, oil filter. We changing the oil. So yeah, let's get into it. Got the car jacked up and on jack stands, and we ready for the oil change. But I just realized that I do not have a socket that is this size to change the oil filter, and it's useless to change the oil now and then change the filter after. Like, I don't want to use the old oil filter with the new oil, so I'm gonna have to wait for tomorrow to change the oil filter and the oil because the shops are closed right now, and I need to buy the socket that is that size. So I guess what I'm going to be doing today is changing the spark plugs, the air filter, cabin filter, and the fuel filter, which is located under the car right here. So let me see if I can see it from here. There it is. There's the fuel filter. So we are going to then change those things that I mentioned, and I'm going to start with the spark plugs because I need to remove this cover. So I'm going to start with the spark plugs, move on to the cabin filter, air filter, then fuel filter. Okay, so the old cabin filter actually seems like it's not that bad, honestly. It looks quite good, but we're still gonna change it either way. I need to now get these lines off. Wait, there's a couple missing here. Okay, yeah, get that down there, and then we can move on to this. I've got a T30 to loosen these 4 bolts to get this cover out, and then after that I am going to then pry this off and then get this cover out, get this cover off, and then remove the coil pack, then change the spark plug. Okay, that doesn't feel. Yo, this is actually quite heavy. This is heavier than it looks. Yeah, so now I have access to this cover. I can now pry that open. Okay, could probably use a screwdriver to pry that open, but I'm just gonna be using this. This works nicely. There are 2 nuts here. They look like 10mm nuts. Then I think that should be the last thing that I need to take off to get the cover off. So I'm just going to, yeah. So we have the cover off now. Ooh, that's actually very hot. Okay, just gonna put this back on. Okay, gonna put this cover here, and then I'm going to put these nuts back on here so that I don't lose them. And then I'm also going to put these on here so that I also don't lose them. Okay, so it looks like we have, are they 10 mil? Okay, yeah, so these are 10 mil as well. You probably can't see that one, but there's a ground wire just here that is also connected to that bolt for the for this coil pack's bolt. Yeah, so okay, so ooh, that is hot. Okay, so do that to get the wire out, the plug, sorry, and then now I'm going to remove these bolts. And then whenever you work on something, try and remember how tight something was. It'll basically be an indication of how tight you also need to make it. But yeah, I'm trying to use this to pull the spark plug out because the socket does not have the rubber in there to catch to grab onto the spark plug. Okay, yeah, this is a Beemer Chronicle because I have no idea why. Is it fully out? I'm not sure. My fingers will not. Okay, I just have to get it out using this. But I cannot. I have no idea how I'm going to get that out. I can't. Okay. It has to be out. I just saw something. So I have this tool, so it's for spark plugs, and it looks like it has a rubber in there. So I'm gonna check if I can use that to grab onto the spark plug. Nope, didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna see, can I pull this rubber out? Okay, so we're gonna see if we can put it in our socket. There you go. So I'm gonna put it there by the tip and then see if I can get that spark plug out. Beautiful. Okay, so we have the spark plug out. So this is like one of those platinum tip spark plugs. This is hot. This. Okay, yeah. So that's one, and then yeah, we're just gonna change them one by one so that we don't have to remember which coil pack we took out of which place. So just going to do that now. There we go. No, the rubber's on the spark plug. The rubber's left on the spark plug. See. Okay, I'm gonna take the spark plug out. Hopefully this thing grabs on. If this thing does not grab on, we are cooked. Okay, we have it out. Okay. We grab it like this. This is a Beemer Chronicle actually. Is it? Okay, there we go. Then we go in there. We surgically place it in there. Very carefully and delicately start tightening it. Right? Patiently tighten it. Feel that it's tight. And we have our rubber there. We have our rubber there. Didn't leave it in the hole this time. Okay, so now here's the plan, right? I don't know if you can see me, but here's the plan, right? You're gonna loosen the spark plug with the socket, and then you're gonna grab it out of the hole with this. Place it back with this. Tighten with this. That's the plan. I'm going to quickly check the torque spec of the spark plug. Oh, but before I do that, you know what I usually do? I usually place this back in here. I usually just put it back. Keep it in there. The old ones, put them away from the new ones. I'm gonna quickly go check the torque spec. So the spec is 13 Newton meters according to my quick Google search. I'm gonna check if this torque range goes to 30. Okay. So you know what? I actually want to check if this thing works. How am I going to test this? Okay, I'm going to test it with one of these, maybe. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's not a. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna test it with one of these. Nope. Okay. We're gonna tighten this. Okay. You do not want to over tighten this, because if that spark plug breaks, it's gonna be a nightmare to get it out. So you do not want to break that in there. Let me check. I'm gonna check something. Before I tighten this, I actually want to check something. Okay, so it does work. That is 30 Newton meters or more. I'm really scared to go further. I think I'm just gonna use this, because I know with this I'm not going to over tighten it. Put the ground cable up here, and then I'm gonna tighten that ground cable. Make sure you have it up here. Tighten that. Yeah, I'm not going to use the torque wrench because I'm not too sure if it actually works. Checking that spark plug, maybe that showed that it actually works, but just not going to take the risk. Okay, so this was not too tight. I remember it wasn't too tight, so I'm just going to put on just nicely. That's good enough. That's good enough. Okay, so plug this back in. Make sure that's up, plug it in, clip it back into place. We are done with number 1. Okay, number 2 now. This is probably going to be the point where I do a time lapse. I'm kidding, that wasn't a time lapse now. It seems like we have another ground cable here, so just remember to put that back on there. Oof, okay, that was a bit of a task. So I actually thought that I got supplied the wrong air filter, so I actually did put it up against the old one. But if you look at the structure of the old filter, none of these lines are straight, so this thing is deformed. So when I put it up next to the new filter, this one was smaller in terms of width and length, so I almost put it back in the box and went to go exchange it. But then I saw these lines, these wavy lines, then I was like, okay, that means this thing has deformed, probably due to heat or something. But the new one is in there, and then I actually wasn't able to film putting back the covers after changing the spark plugs, so I just put it back. It's the reverse of basically taking it out. I'm really sorry about that. It's just that I ran out of battery. I am now going to, so we've changed the spark plugs now. We've changed the air filter. We are now going to change the cabin filter. Okay, so we are now going to be putting back that huge tray. Just dust it out before you put it back. So I'm just going to put this back on now. Cabin filter. we've got a long filter here. So you will see that the reason why I said that filter that we had there, the reason I said it's quite new is because you might think that because it has like a bit of color to it that it's quite old, but it's actually like this. It comes like this because the box says that it is wrong side. It says that it has activated charcoal, which is why it might look dirty, but it's not. I just realized that this thing does not show the airflow. So I think I'm supposed to guess the way I'm supposed to put it back. But if you look at the curvature, I think it goes back in like this. I'm going to check the old filter now. So checking the old filter, the airflow was going down like this, and we had these tabs here, and you can look at the shape here matches that shape there. So it in fact does go this way. Now considering the flow, right, this thing shows that the air flows this way. So for this one, if the argument is this thing does not show which way the flow is, okay, if I flip it this way, then we do not have that triangle here, so it's just an open space. So this thing goes with the curvature. So first the curvature, and then the triangle here. So when we look here, the side without the like caps, that's the bottom. So that is how I used my investigation skills to figure out the airflow on this filter, which doesn't show you. Another thing you'll see, I just saw this now, this thing goes into one of the slots there. So there are slots there by the where the filter goes in. You'll see it slide into that slot. Okay, so that's in. So for the fuel filter, we have a couple of bolts and nuts that we need to loosen. So we have that 8mm bolt there, that 8mm bolt there, and then I think there should be others under the car. So there's another one there, and where's the other ones? Where are the other ones? Okay, so I don't see any other ones, so I'll just take it that those are the only ones, and then yeah, let's get going. Alright, I managed to get the cover off, but it is actually not just those 3 bolts. It also takes 2 nuts that go here. If you can see those studs, yeah, those studs. It is very hard to get to. This like that is the kind of thing that would make you rethink doing this thing. So yeah, you might want to try and start with those ones before you get to the ones at the back. So I'm just going to switch these pipes to the new filter, and then that'll be it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film this since I'm under the car and like I'm really struggling with space here, so I don't think I'm going to film this one. Sorry about that, but yeah, if I could, I would. Let's get into changing the oil. So this is the current situation. I've just got like a small space under the car to basically reach the sump plug. So I managed to break it loose with the torque wrench. I would show you the whole thing, but like it's kind of tight here. Okay, so yeah, I used the 17mm socket and the torque wrench, and then I basically just broke it loose. And then now I'm just going to use a normal ratchet, get it like loose so that I can loosen it with my fingers. And then after that, I'm just going to loosen it with my fingers while applying pressure so that the oil just stays in the sump until I eventually pull the plug away from the hole and then have it to start draining in. So we now have this cup here and then have my filter, so I'm just going to basically push it in, and then yeah, that's fully in. And then no, actually it has to go in twice. Actually, sorry, that was not fully in. So let me try and show that again. Yeah, okay, it's kind of hard to get out, but when I said it was fully in, it was not. So I had to push it, and then I pushed it again, and then it clicked for a second time, and then it was fully in. So now I just need to put the new O-ring on there. So now moving to under the car, let me show you what I basically need to do. So yeah, so I need to get this belt off, to take this belt off, because what I want to change is this belt, because you can see it's cracked, and yeah, that's not good. So I want to change that belt, but in order to take that belt off, I need to take the AC belt off, and to take it off I just need to basically turn this tensioner like this, that way, loosens the tension from the belt. Take that belt off, and then there's a similar tensioner up there. I just need to check if it's easier to access from the top or the bottom, and then yeah, that's it. Then I change the belt. It seems like I can loosen the tension here, because when I turn it, it loosens the tension. I just can't do it with one hand, so I can't really film this. So I think I got the belt over each and everything except for the tensioner. So I just need to loosen some of the tension there by the tensioner, and then slip the belt over the tensioner, and I think that should be it. Okay, so I basically turned this, held it with my left hand. So I basically put my thumb over this and my hand in the crank pulley. I then yanked it all the way and then slipped the belt onto the tension, and then now the belt looks like it should be fine. So with this one, you're gonna need to feel it with your fingers to feel if it's between the two grooves that are on the pulley. So as you put it on, just feel if it's between the two grooves before you release the tension to make sure that the belt is fully seated. So then after that, that should be it. Well, yeah, that's it. So that's basically it. Once that is done, you're done. Then you're done. Then your belt is changed. I guess that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I really tried to do it all in like one video, no cuts and stuff, but it really is hard filming all these things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for spending time with me.